The last match of the evening, the main event, Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa Women's Championship cage match. Charlie cannot contain himself right now. This is where he and I are going to argue. Thunder Rosa has full face paint for this show. This is the home show. This match really never should have happened because she should have won the pay-per-view, but that's fine. So, holy shit, it's Thunder Rosa over in Texas.
Big time.
She has a special entrance with the mariachi band, and she comes out. I actually love her theme.
It's badass,
like,
for sure.
Thunder
it's really good. It sounds
like,
a lot like ours last week.
Yeah. I mean, as a hardcore musician, like forever, like I did that for so long, it's like really cool when you hear a killer song. Like the Butcher and the Blade. I love their song, and I just always wonder if Andy Williams wrote it because it just sounds too much like a band that I would be in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's really.
But anyways,
good. Thunder Rosa's. I mean, both of them are good, but Thunder Rosa is probably one of my favorites in A-Dub.
Yeah, it's a great theme. Britt gets booed immediately, which I was really happy to see because she needed more heat because she's too over.
She had heat in San Antonio. You know what I'm saying? No doubt about that.
Yeah, dude. People still love her though. But she was wearing some Scott Hall themed outfit, which was real nice. Yep. Which she must have an incredible tailor or whatever. Because
I watched a video of how they made it. They did that backstage. Like the AEW has people who do that backstage, fucking doing that thing, and the makeup too.
WWE does too. Yeah.
Do they? Okay, I didn't know that. And like there's a video on Twitter where they show her show that outfit being made, literally at the event.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, dude, he died like 2 days before this was airing. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And like late too. He died like 8 or 9.
I mean, it was like mid-show, so it was probably like 10 or 11 actually, because he was in Florida, so it would have been East Coast time, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. You and your fucking Central.
I know, I hate it.
Anyways, dude, this starts off a pretty hot match in terms of the crowd. They're fucking loud, dude. Like, I feel like they were sleeping the rest of the show, and they weren't. They were into it, but I mean, comparatively, holy shit. All Thunder Rosa up top. All Thunder Rosa for the first 5 to 7 minutes or so. Then, of course, Britt takes over again, going back to that back and forth. Both of them are bleeding by the end. This feels like, to me, this feels like a main event if I've ever seen one. And in large part, thanks to the crowd, because they're just so fucking hot.
Mentioning the bleeding, when Britt gets cut open, I would have probably put that as the botch of the week. It is so obvious what's occurring when she gets busted open, because Thunder does it to her. She blades her during the match. It's really tough. It's really
I'd have to go back and see it.
I will send you the exact moment, because I was watching it. I was like, oh, I see what's happening.
Yeah. Well, they're both bleeding.
Oh, yeah, they were both bleeding at the end.
And yeah, this like I said, the crowd's just making this a main event feel. Britt throws like 1 billion chairs in the ring. Of course, this backfires because she essentially makes a tower of terror, and she ends up hitting those chairs off the top rope, which is a really great spot. I really like that spot a lot. Though the triple moonsault would probably be my spot of the week.
Oh, yeah.
That one would be like up there for me. Just it wouldn't win because of that one. Britt starts, but yeah, she starts putting all those chairs on. And there's a point where Britt takes all those chairs and puts them near the turnbuckle like an idiot. Because we all know that the heel gets what's coming to him. And Thunder Rosa drops an avalanche air raid crash on these fucking chairs, dude. Aubrey Edwards runs in for the count because the original ref takes a bump, which is funny because Britt Baker fucking super kicks this motherfucker, and he's like, ow. And then he gets bumped out of the ring literally by bodies, like pushed out, and then he's like out. I thought that was funny.
He sold the super kick better than just ow. I mean, he like backed into the turnbuckle and was like she should have been knocked out. I get it, but
he wasn't Earl Hebner circa 1995. Like he gets slapped in the face and he's literally knocked out
for fucking 8 years. He just doesn't get up. You need the smelling salts out to get him up.
yeah, crazy. But anyways, Aubrey comes to save the day, and dude. I think so, yeah. Yeah, his son still refs in Impact. But anyways, so Aubrey runs out because the ref took a bump, and Thunder, like, pins Britt like 2 or 3 times and like that much time, you know. And Aubrey comes out, and as soon as she opened that fucking cage, I was like, you better not let any of these fucking
That's exactly what I
like
was thinking.
any of those fucking people,
Fucking cretins.
Rebel or whoever, right? Like none of that shit. Don't let them come in. And you know what? Aubrey shuts that fucking cage and locks it. And they were totally playing.
Chat has confirmed Earl Hebner's still alive. Thank you.
Good.
No, not
Yeah.
bestseller.
Yeah. Next, tell us how old he is. Anyways, I'm just gonna give chat like things to
Little
look
tasks.
up. But anyways, yeah, dude, it's what am I saying here? Okay, so Aubrey Edwards runs back out though, and she actually shuts the cage. No interference. They're totally playing off the crowd. But man, yeah, the Tower of Terror chair thing had to hurt. And then I literally in my notes I just put why thumbtacks because it always just comes out and it's like fuck. That's just kind of I just feel bad for the refs.
Yeah.
Like every time there's like a shot of Aubrey
Saw it.
counting and she's just hitting them.
There's,
and I'm like,
she posted on Instagram afterwards, just lined with thumbtack marks. Hebner is 73 in May.
nice. Thanks a lot.
But yeah,
So anyways,
her and Britt both just covered, and people were saying the thumbtacks were fake. Fuck off!
Idiots.
Like just dumb
idiots. Dude, Britt back body drops Thunder Rosa on the racks. I said, but the attacks and tries to get her in the lockjaw, and Thunder Rosa bites her hand.
Which why
and
doesn't everybody just do?
Yeah. Because she's strong and she pulls their jaw down.
Oh.
Anyways, no, I'm kidding. So then Thunder Rosa power bombs Britt on the tacks. Why it says racks every time? It's annoying in my notes. But anyways, she power bombs Britt on the tacks. AEW chants break out. People are fucking loving this show. And Thunder Rosa, Fire Thunder Driver on the tacks gets the 1, 2, 3, and the crowd fucking explodes. As soon as she hit her finisher on the tacks, the crowd went crazy. But then as soon as that 3 hits, the crowd loses it, and so does she. She's in her hometown on her birthday, and
Happy birthday, Thunder Rosa.
out. Yeah, congratulations, finally. You should have won that a long time ago. So anyways, but dude, I'm telling you, the crowd explodes. The emotion at the end where she's just like sobbing over this moment. I bought every bit of it. I thought this ended up being a really good match. The crowd really helped too. I will say, however, that the beginning of the match, I didn't know where it was going to go. But by around the halfway point, I was in. And by the end, I was very in. I was glad it finally happened. Again, we should have gotten this at Revolution.
Agreed.
I get the hometown pop. It could have happened at Revolution, and then she could have still had a huge pop here showing off the title and starting her next feud or something, you know. I don't know. I get why they did it. Don't like it. What'd you think?
I don't think we're going to argue as much as kind of thought we were going to. My main issue was that I wanted it to be a pay-per-view match that went 60 minutes and not 17. I wanted more of it. I don't know. You know, pick anything more. Like 17, it just felt rushed. I wanted... I don't know. It felt like it needed to breathe a little bit more. Nothing is wrong with what you're saying. I agree. Like, it was paced well for what it was. But I think given how much has transpired and everything behind it, it needed more time to play out in the ring to really put the finality there. That is my only qualm with it, is the only thing that I'm really not on board with, is that I wanted it to be, give me another 10 or 15 minutes, and I think I would have been right there with you, but it just needed to breathe more. I will say that while the air raid on the chairs didn't look impressive, that had to hurt so fucking bad because they didn't budge and didn't break shit. So when you look at it that way, like that spot, while it didn't look to be the most impressive thing, holy fuck. Like it probably was not comfortable.
Like the Tower of Terror where she gets thrown her back on the thing?
Yeah,
on that tower she built?
Yeah.
Dude, that fucking hurt. Dude, yeah, that didn't give
look good.
worth shit. You see her head bounce. I mean, yeah, it didn't really look that great, but fuck, like it's the fucking move itself is just like, damn, you just took that.
We have a
Holy
question
shit.
from chat, probably based on our conversation. Well, right now, based on our conversation and about Revolution. Not bestseller asks, do you risk a mixed crowd doing it at Revolution with how over Brit is? In other words, I think asking like, a crowd that may not have been as into Thunder winning. I personally think so. That's the time to end it. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. I thought you were saying that you thought that it would be a half and half. No, I think people would be behind it because most of the largest portion of AEW's wrestling audience just want good wrestling. They want good stories. I think everyone knows that Thunder's going to win eventually. So it's like, why are we just do the fucking thing? Like, your match was so fucking awesome before. And then it sucks because their pay-per-view match was mediocre, in my opinion.
I agree.
It wasn't great. It was the worst one on the show, probably. And it sucks because it should have been good. I thought this was really good. It's not their lights out match, but I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a lot better than the pay-per-view match.
You're never gonna have another lights out though. It was better than the pay-per-view match. I'll give you that. Again, my main problem with it, I wanted more. I wanted it to play out a little bit longer. It felt rushed towards the latter half. Is all my main issue with it. And upon reflection, I think when I was texting you about it, I was like, yeah, this was disappointing. But, reading things and recaps and reviews and seeing other folks, I kind of loosened up my opinion. I still wish it was longer. I still wish it played out a little bit differently. I still wish they booked it differently so it actually ended when it should have. But we got there. Thunder's a champ.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see what happens next.